Fabio Quartararo.
Waves, we are underway in the French Grand Prix. A good start there actually from Jack Miller. And Cal Crutchlow's trying to go round the outside.
Right up the inside of Cal Crutchlow into the first couple of corners. Rossi's gone down. Valentino Rossi's gone down mid-pack. It's another disaster for the dog.
Made up about 10 places already in the first few corners.
What a nightmare for Valentino Rossi.
Rossi then out here in Le Mans.
It's a Ducati 1, 2, 3 on the approach into turn 9. Miller from...
And that really cost the two Suzukis, didn't it? Look at that Rossi rear tyre just slipping out from underneath him. Oh, that's what happened to Vinales. Look, he got bumped up.
Oh, challenge for one in Mugello. He's third on the grid and leads here in France.
Ducati have never won in Le Mans. Ducati have never locked out a MotoGP podium at the...
Aleix Espargaro in the distance. Here comes Pol Espargaro looking to try and challenge Fabio Quartararo up the inside.
Pressure him into a mistake into turn number 3. The Ducati's all concertina up.
Oh,
Fabio Quartararo.
Yeah, he did. He's almost stone last. He
got eaten alive off the start.
Last
he was just
but
nowhere.
one is.
He won through. Petrucci leading the way from the Vizioso. Miller in third place. Quartararo doing a great job in the...
Danilo Petrucci leads from Dovi Miller. Fastest rider on the circuit. Alex Rins, who was back.
Pol Espargaro were both on the podium with the Vizioso. They're strong in the rain conditions. Pol Espargaro just can't shake off Bradley Smith, who's revelling in these wet conditions.
Down the hill into turn 7, it's still Petrucci fourth spot, and in a moment Fabio Quartararo is going to see a Suzuki alongside him, and he might just momentarily worry which Suzuki.
Rins does get up the inside of Quartararo, then down the hill into Garage Vert.
9th place, that is brilliant from the number 73.
Smith has now got him.
It's Jack Miller and Petrucci have the medium fronts on, soft rears. Dovi softs also gambled for the medium and Mir too.
Yeah, thanks for that, Simon. Interesting then, the time. Cal Crutchlow now trying to find a way through on Fabio Quartararo. Can he get through at the second corner? Yes, he can.
Yeah,
but Crutchlow then...
Quartararo moves up into 4th place. Brilliant from the Suzuki man who started 16th on the grid.
Slower. Pol Espargaro then wide now into La Chapelle. Good battle is between the two Spaniards. Simon Crafar now reporting he did a 51.3. And that's dropped him down to 20th place. Probably a mistake somewhere on...
It's amazing, isn't it? In the dry, the 4 Yamahas looked outstanding.
Yes,
and they're falling, they're dropping without track.
Quartararo, look at Oliveira.
2 in 1 from the 10-3 man.
Yeah, Oliveira picked Fabio Quartararo up, and Alex Marquez said, thank you very much.
And look what it's doing, lap by lap to the World Championship. Dovizioso's name appears in...
Mir, who's trying to get himself back in the points. Can you believe it? More with Eli Vinales and Mir, 18th, 19th and 20th. There was a spell when we had a few wet races, 2017, and he's the points at stake, particularly when you see Quartararo and Mir suffering as much as what they are.
Miller, of course, back in the frame as well. In fact, Miller looking like he wants to find a way through on Andrea Dovizioso as well.
These are going to be a very, very long 22 lap.
Well, Ducati fans on the fan wall, I bet you're liking what you see so far. Across the line, the fastest lap of seconds there to try and bridge, and there you go.
Quartararo, that was coming. You could see that coming a mile off on the last lap. Have the number 20 in his sights as well. So Quartararo dumped out of the top 10. Although not being the race leaders right now, the rookie Alex Marquez in 8th place. He's lapping as quick as these 3 to 18 laps to go. Miller being given the information now as well. Now, has Miller been keeping... Yeah, because they will know how good Alex Rins was in rain conditions in 2018. He was superb. In 19th, 4th on our camera lens into the S-Blur set.
Everyone on wet tyres, but it adjusts your braking points again. You cannot ride in the same way. All Ducatis now being informed of the speed of that.
Yeah, Rins again. That's now 4 45s in a row. Pol Espargaro's just set the fastest lap of the race off. Bradley Smith falling away from the scene of the incident. A big high side on Friday, wasn't it, in the afternoon session in mixed conditions at turn number 11.
Front end, trying to find a way through. He knows the situation ahead of him.
They drop bound, some confidence in these rain conditions. He started to really streak away and break Cal Crutchlow in 6th.
Suzuki rider Alex Rins, who every lap will be getting more confidence. That's not correct information, those he can feeling them in. He can see that with his own eyes. He doesn't need a pitboard to tell him. He doesn't need a dashboard to tell him. 1 second in it and down, it's made another point up. He's in 10th. Mir still out of the points.
Mir fine.
Espargaro betters it, a 45.229 from the Red Bull KTM rider.
Yeah, Petrucci a threat here, isn't he? There's still so much of the race to go. 16 laps, there he is, dropping down through La Chapelle now on the factory KTM before he jumps into Repsol Honda next year. You kind of got the feeling it was a win it or bin it mentality for Pol Espargaro. Phil's got impressive speed. But
he's coming through, it'll be done at turn 7, up the inside.
Yeah, he's done all the hard work to get onto this lead battle, Alex Rins now. Doesn't want to do anything to great feel in rain conditions, as Petrucci. With his natural body weight, he can generate those heat in the tyres and keep it there. Oh, now the Mir, who's got good rhythm now, is starting to get right onto the back of this group ahead of him.
Well, guess who? Alex Marquez again, the rookie.
Yeah.
In 6th place, he's the only rider in the 144.
They're about 3 seconds behind Fabio Quartararo at this stage. He's already got through on Franco Morbidelli, so he got himself into point-scoring contention. Tito Rabat, unfortunately, has gone down at turn 4.
One or two riders haven't completely shown their cards as yet in these tricky conditions in Le Mans in the wet. A few Alex Rins fans as well, quite excited at the Mulin on the Suzuki, winning a famous wet weather Grand Prix here. And Rins has made his move as he made it stick on the 2 Italians ahead of him. Fastest lap of the race, Alex Marquez.
Now this will give it lean good now, isn't he? And Miller, he retaliates straight away then on Alex Rins, down in the braking zone for Garage Vert. Now down to Shimano Berth.
Dobby's just reeled in Petrucci a bit. Look how close these guys further back are. Alex Marquez and Pol Espargaro can smell
charge. He's just set the fastest lap of the race yet again, a 1:44.6. The only man anywhere near the 40. Unbelievable shock. I mean, can you imagine? We thought a Marquez and a Repsol Honda would win at some point this year. We didn't think it would be the number. He picks up the baton now and leads here in France.
Oh, he's wide on exit. Here comes Danilo Petrucci. They almost touched there on the exit. Miller again, he won at 7 riders.
Dovi and Petrucci nearly touched, dropping down to La Chapelle, coming over into Crutchlow after all the effort he's put in just to be on the grid here. He's in front of them now. Rins trying to get it back up the inside. Oh, Dovi was in. Oh, here comes Rins.
Oh, there's all contact everywhere. How has this happened? Or has he dropped enough? What a peculiar turn 9 that was. And now Pol Espargaro and Alex Marquez are in. Got to pull over. Black flag with the orange disc.
There's something
wrong with the bike.
Something was dangling down the side of the bike. Was it Miller up the inside and no way back through for Rins into turn 3?
Oh, well, Dobby was the big loser there, wasn't he? Leading, coming out of...
Look, Rins coming from way back. There was contact there between Dovi and Petrucci. How on earth did Alex? A front tyre would have been crying for mercy, screaming for mercy. He did a great job there, Rins.
I'm not sure Miller will need to drop.
That incident really seemed to disturb Dovi, doesn't it? Because he's not been able to get back on terms with the 3 men ahead of him. In fact, he's got his hand up. Does anybody want to win this 2020 MotoGP World Championship?
How peculiar. I mean, it's another point that goes in... Right. Oh, Rins is gone! In 2nd place! Suzuki's dreams of winning here! In minutes, who knows?
Yeah, Petrucci lost 4/10 on that last lap to Dovizioso. Nothing between the lap times behind him, because he just set his personal best lap of the Grand Prix, the Dovizioso.
Zarco went for medium, and look, you can...
Zarco, gaps dropping here, big style, Steve. Petrucci now, just the 1.6 seconds clear. Dovi has started to really reel him back in. These 5 points are just monumental. These are huge. He's even going to finish on the podium, let alone win this Grand Prix, because Dovi is dragging Marquez, Espargaro and Oliveira.
ATM, aren't they? They can see that Pol Espargaro is on the brink here. He can see the race leader. He can see these guys are pulling them in. The seat there for Dovi.
He really was. Yeah, that was a big twitch. Alex Marquez, that would have just given Petrucci that little bit of breathing space. 1.7 seconds they lead. Petrucci just picked up his pace on that last T3s. If Zarco had been stronger at the start of this race, then he would be right in the mix.
Here is Dovizioso. The gap's back up to 1.8 and Marquez is through. He's up into 2nd place.
Like he might be struggling for a bit of rear grip at the moment. Can Alex Marquez then now find a way through to claw back a one? Came out of turn 7.
Is he struggling for grip in the closing stages of this French Grand Prix?
Big switches well from Marquez, and he got
stand somehow. Quartararo would extend his championship lead.
Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible.
Stuck in another 43.3.
How many successive laps is that now? The fastest lap of the race.
Chewing gum.
Yeah, he's a sitting duck right now. Nothing he can do. He can't attack, he can't defend. Oliveira just sweeps on through. Rear tyre hooked up enough to fight back on Oliveira. They're about to come through sector 3. Let's check the gap between Petrucci and Buffer.
Surely Petrucci can hold on to a 1.2 lead for what would be a very emotional victory here.
0.2 seconds. Does Alex Marquez really try and push now and go for the victory, or will he think, do you know what, hang on to 4th spot?
Never ridden a MotoGP bike in the wet in a race before.
Alex, a mistake, so easy to crash. He's been flawless and formidable in this race, Alex Marquez. Absolutely 7. The same for Oliveira. It looks like Oliveira, he's having the same kind of rear tyre problems that Dovizioso's having. Mir's going to try and get Quattararo here, look.
Prado's on for a brilliant one. Yeah,
Quattararo got in hot at garage.
That said since Saxon ring last. Take a bow. Danilo Petrucci has won the French Grand Prix, and it is an iconic first ever MotoGP podium. Paul Espargaro on the Red Bull KTM.
Credit to Quattararo as well, because he's going to keep ecstasy down in the Repsol Honda garage for Alex Marquez. Absolutely phenomenal performance by him, and quite rightly so. He did so much of the front running in that French Grand Prix. What a podium here. Wait for